I have a question for you. What if the season that you're tired of is the exact season that you asked God for? I was just talking to a friend recently. We were just complaining about how overwhelmed we were about getting back to work. It's August, it's busy, we got kids, stuff that we handling. We're behind on business. Both of us, her and I, run small businesses. We were outside, y'all, in July. I mean, outside, like New York, Miami, Dallas, like outside. And even though we both have a small team and we have people to support us, there are just some things that only the boss can do. Okay. And so August came in hot and we both just were complaining about all the things that we had to do and how behind we were. And I had a quick revelation while I was complaining. Somewhere in the middle of all that complaining, I thought about something. At the end of the day, no matter how overwhelmed I can get about what I got to do, I get to choose to do what I give my time to. And that's real. That is a real gift. Both of us got quiet for a second. This is the life I prayed for when I had only one income and I didn't have any options. Sometimes we can just get too tired to recognize that we are currently living in God's prayer. So let me break down what life really is like behind the scenes right now. And it may not be what you expect, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Your girl is going through. So I'm a mom. I have 3 very active kids who are in elite sports. So, it's always making sure they are getting where they need to be. They have everything they need on top of, I work with my husband. So working with him, we're constantly having to check in. We're constantly having to communicate all the things with our businesses, whether it is our landscaping company that's in the middle of a very high season or our properties that, thank God, we're all fully occupied at this point. It's, checking in with my clients every day as they navigate different real estate things that they have going on. I'm prepping content for this podcast and any other classes I have coming up. And on top of all of that, I'm also planning a conference, and a conference is like an entire business. And it's so interesting because so many people I ran into this summer, they're like, okay, so why are you not doing the conference again? As if it's like this really secret reason while I'm not doing it. And I just keep telling them, like, it's a lot. It's still very much at its infant stage. It requires a whole separate team in business. And I already said about 3 or 4 businesses that I am running and actively involved with, in addition to my real estate agents and, that. So yeah. And we're flipping properties and all the things. It's a lot. I'm signing thousands of dollars in contracts, working with sponsors, and also trying to make sure all the bills are paid while managing people buying their ticket late. People just buy their ticket last minute, and that puts a lot more stress on trying to pull the event off. And so I just don't want to do that no more. I just don't want to do that no more. Now, will I still do events? Yes, I will still just be doing more intimate client events. Okay. So anyways, all that to happen. But here's the thing that nobody sees online that I don't even think I have talked about publicly, that is, really, I felt like this is something that I'm led to share, that I want to be able to share. Hold on real quick before we jump back into the episode. Let me ask you a question. You did everything they told you to do. You went to school, you got a degree, you bought the property, you read the books, you read the numbers, you showed up for everyone who needed you. But watch this. You did all of that and it still doesn't feel like it's enough. Do you feel like that? I know somebody out here just felt that in their chest. I already know, okay? Now here's what I need you to understand. The reason it feels this heavy is not because you're not working hard enough. You're doing all the work. The reason it feels this heavy is because you're the first one to do this. And I totally get that. I know what that's like. I'm the first person in my family to build something like this too. You look around and there is no one who looks like you that's doing it. There's no blueprint. There's nobody that you could just pick up the phone when you have a question. I get it. I've lived it myself. You don't need more hustle. You never needed more hustle because you know how to hustle, okay? What you need is proximity. You need to be in the room with the people who are already doing it. I'm Erica Brown, and for 3 years, I've built a room like no other, just for Black and Brown real estate investors just like you. Everyone under one roof, learning real estate, celebrating family, faith, music, all in the same place. We come together, we learn, we plan, and we have fun while doing it. A whole weekend where you get to show up and just be you, surrounded by people who pour into you instead of taking from you. This November, I'm hosting it for the very last time. November 13th through 15th at the Starling Hotel in Midtown, right in the heart of Atlanta. The final Owning It and Living It experience. There will not be another one, y'all. So if you know you need to be in a room like this, or you thought about coming before and let it pass you by, hear me, okay? Hear me, y'all. This is the year. This is the year you stop making excuses, you show up, and you finally do something for yourself, okay? All you have to do is go to owningitandlivingitexperience.com or tap the link in the show notes and get your ticket before they're all gone. Can't wait to meet you in Atlanta. Now let's get back to the episode. Having financial options does not exempt you from having to go through the hard things, okay? It does not. It just changed what the hard thing is. And one of the things that I haven't shared online is that although we have financial options, we have not reached financial freedom. Okay, those are two different things. We have not reached financial freedom, even though we have financial options. Yes, I own property. Yes, I run multiple businesses. My family's taken care of, and we are still not where we want to be. Right. And so let me tell you exactly where we are. We are going to be empty nesters in about 3.5 years. By the way, I keep meeting other people that are getting ready to be empty nesters, and they're scared. And I'm like, girl, not this one. The way baby is about to live her best life is me. Okay. Anyways, I digress. So we're about to be empty nesters, or at least some kids gonna be grown. They still gonna need our help. Hopefully they leave, but whatever. I'm gonna be outside, okay, in about 3.5 years. And so my husband and I sat down and we looked at the timeline to create our financial freedom plan. And I don't know about you, but it comes fast. Y'all with young kids and you're like, I got all the time. And then you look up and you're like, oh, shoot. They're about to be a freshman in high school. Like, that's how it works. It goes by fast. So anyways, we sat down and we created our financial freedom plan. And here's what surprised me about that plan. The plan does not involve me buying another rental property at all. Does not involve that. When I started investing in real estate, the goal was to buy more units, more properties, bigger, more and more cash flow. That was the goal. You know, I got up to 38 rentals, you know, millions of dollars in equity, and then realized, actually, I want to live more of a simple life. I don't want to always need to be doing something with real estate. We want to live life more simply. Our values change. Things change for us. So we were like, you know what? We want to do something different. And we decided, and we changed our mind. And here's the thing. You have the option to choose. Okay. And so we changed our mind. And so a part of that changing our mind, we just said, you know what? Is for us, we value the check. We value the flexibility. We value the ability to be generous, to not be tied down to things, but to be able to own less, but make more. That became just more important to us. In the beginning, it was about buying more, leveraging as much as possible, using the leverage to buy more, and then keep going. Don't bring them in here. I don't want them in my video.
She stink though.
I don't want them in my video. No. This is what life is like with,
That way.
I'm going to say 4 boys because I had married to a man. Okay, this one's for you, and I need you to really hear me. Maybe you've done a deal, or maybe you've done 2 deals at this point, and you know what it feels like to own something that's supposed to pay you every month, But if you're honest with yourself, you're kind of stuck, okay? You started investing in real estate, but you're really not making the kind of money you thought you'll be making. The number that's actually in your bank account is really not matching what you thought it was going to be from that spreadsheet. At this point, you are constantly second guessing if you did it right. And if I can be honest, real estate has gotten really hard the last couple years, and you're at the point where you're wondering if you should even keep going. I would describe where you're at called the messy middle, and that's where most people actually quit. But here's where I'm excited. I've listened to you all year. I've heard exactly what you need. I've heard what challenges you're facing. And that's why I'm creating something new, especially for you. It's called the Real Estate Investor Circle. It's a room of investors who are past the beginner stage, but who are also really serious about scaling in real estate together. We are not explaining the basics. We're getting into the nitty-gritty of what it's going to take for you to really scale. Just myself, you, my coaches, and a room full of other people who are ready to take it to the next level so you can stop second guessing and start moving towards the goals that you actually want to be at. Okay, here's the part I want to make sure you don't miss. I am only opening up 25 founding member spots. That's it. You join early, you lock in at the founding rate and be able to help shape what this becomes. So the doors are not open just yet, but the wait list is. Doors are opening August 14th for the people who are on the wait list. So if you know you're ready for what's next, I want you to get on the list so you can make sure that you know the first moment it opens. All right, so to join the Real Estate Investor Circle, you can just go to the link below or visit owningitandlivingit.com/investor circle, okay? Remember, only 25 seats will be available August 14th. This is where the messy middle ends. Join us. All right, let's get back to the episode.
So that worked, but we are different people now. We have different values. Now we are in the season of hustling with a purpose and also hustling with intention. Our goal right now is to pay down as much debt as possible so that we can just live the next chapter of our lives much more simply. Also, if this is something that you are really interested in, you got to make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to be filming another YouTube episode, like actually breaking down what that plan looks like, because we actually created a super detailed plan where we're going to get there in 2 years. And so I'm going to share that a little bit later. So be sure to subscribe so that you don't actually miss the episode. Here's the other thing that I haven't really shared about publicly that I wonder if some of you guys can relate to this too. But my husband and I both feel like God is calling us to something else, something that is impactful, something that is big, but we just don't know what it is. Like, we haven't put our finger on it, but we know that it's something, and we know that it's something that God's going to lead us towards and that is leading us towards, but we don't know what it is. And so a part of me, ending the chapter of the conference and just focusing, going deeper in the things that I'm already doing, is to be able to create space for whatever that is that's coming next. Like, for example, we started a landscaping company in 2019, and we started that company, and it was kind of like right before COVID. And so we started it, and I was super involved in the beginning to help it start. And then I just kind of like took my hands off of it and was just focusing on real estate and growing our properties and all that. Barely touch it. Like, the business doesn't even have a website, barely has any marketing. I mean, it's just crazy. But because of God's grace, that business has grown like 40% every year. It is doing totally, this is my life, y'all. This is my life. It is doing so amazing without me putting a lot of, without me even putting a lot of effort towards it. So one of the things that I'm working on next is actually helping to put more effort towards that business, more effort towards helping that business grow in this next season without it requiring everything from me, without it compromising, my family and the things that are important to me. So here's what I want you to take away from this episode. I know this was a life update for me, but here's what I want you to take away. If you feel like you're doing everything right, you are pursuing building wealth, you are working your job and you're gaining skills, and you still feel like it's not enough. You still feel like the needle isn't moving. You feel like you know that you're destined for more. You just don't know like what the next step is. Maybe you have rentals, you have real estate, but you're like, how do I keep going? How do I be able to use some of these skills to actually help create more income for myself so that you can continue to build wealth, so you continue to be on your journey and make the impact that you're making? If that's you and you're like ready to take action, you're ready to like start, you just don't know what to do first, I'm very, very excited that I'm going to be teaching a class later this month called How to Make More Money Without Owning Another Property. And I'm just going to be breaking down some of the things that I've done over the years to be able to acquire wealth and to build businesses without even having to buy more property with the existing skills that you already have. And so if you've done a couple deals, but now you're ready to take it to the next level, you want to meet other people who are doing it too, the class is free. So all you have to do is go down to the link below and register for free. And it's August 20th. Or you can go to owningandlivingit.com/make-more-money and you can sign up for free there. But this has been a great episode. I'm so excited to bring you guys along this journey with me. I'm going to be having some episodes where I'm breaking down what does that 2-year plan look like? What are the things that we're doing that don't require us buying more rentals to help us get towards our financial freedom plan? One of those things we're doing is flipping properties. I'm going to actually walk you through a property that we're flipping to take you through behind the scenes of that property, like what I look for, how we're going to make the deal work, etc. And then I'm going to also break down in detail what that 2-year plan looks like, what we need to get there. So don't forget to subscribe, comment below. Let me know what connected to you in this episode. Do you have a financial freedom plan? What is that plan for yourself? And just share that below. All right. Thanks for watching to the end. See you later. Bye.